I'm 38 weeks pregnant, officially on baby watch. No baby yet, but it is too nice of a day to pass up. Yes, I can tell the sun is very bright today. It's too nice of a day to pass up a day of gardening, so we're gonna see what we can get done. I have all my helpers here. Last night we started working on the rhubarb bed, but we ran out of daylight. So you just saw that we finished that up. We also got the other side of the garden all completely composted. Oops, hang on, honey, let me move my foot. Don't push on it. Thank you. There we go. I'll move out of the way. But we have a weed. Let's go over here to the compost, to the wheelbarrow. We have a weed that is very annoying. This is called Creeping Charlie. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Creeping Charlie. I had to look up the name of it, but it is very annoying and it spreads. Every year we have the same amount, and so we have to pull this out. Some years are better than others, and I'm able to stay on top of it. But Mommy. Thank you. Put them in. So we got all the Creeping Charlie and then the grass that spread into the rhubarb, and that's what happens every single year, and I try my best to keep it under control, but since I was in the first trimester when this normally should have been taken care of in the fall, it didn't happen. Thank you, honey. Every year we use our own compost, and I put that on top of the rhubarb, and every year the rhubarb gets really big, so I'm not going to change it this year. The difference is I have Art helping me, so I don't have to shovel all of the compost. But it seems to work. Go back to my other videos and you can see how big the rhubarb gets every year. It's really quite interesting. And I think it might be partly because of the chicken manure we use in it. But whatever the case is, it works. I'll keep doing it. Compost,
it's still icy.
Yeah. Well, nothing like trying to rush Art. Look at the size of that. Yeah. It looks like an iceberg.
Yeah, kind of a dirty iceberg.
Yeah. We're slated to have really cold weather, like down to 14 degrees at night for the next couple nights. So it's really nice today. I think it's almost 50, right?
No, it's over 50.
Is it 50? It feels really nice out here. But I will have to bring the plants in from the greenhouse just because 14 is probably going to be too cold for them. And I feel like I'm rushing, but I'm rushing trying to get this done before baby comes. The greenhouse has been staying right around 2 or 3 degrees warmer than the outside. So I have been letting it go down to about 32, 33 outside, and the plants have been fine in here. They actually seem to really be happy. We transplanted all of these earlier this week, trying to buy myself some time before they have to go out in the garden. But you can see onions look pretty good. Celery is finally looking good.
Oh, look at this tiny onion.
There's lots of little onions in there. They're still growing. And then the lettuce here, I have the May Queen and the Butter King, and this is another thing of Butter King here. They're doing really well, and I'm hoping that as soon as I have the baby and I have like a week recovery, I can at least have Art, I can show Art how to get those in the ground, and those should be big enough to plant. But they are looking really good. Like the parsley, even that looks good, Art.
What? I got for you.
Hello, little Cookie. How are you, Ouchie, today? You look pretty happy. They hit the top of the tree. That's a bluebird. We have two of the beds prepared. This larger one back here, and then this one here. I still need to finish up here. I'm just waiting for Art to work on finding a few boards for me. I've actually been reading a lot on germination in some of the cooler temperatures, and I think it was Roots and Refuge had a nice Facebook video on how to have really good successful germination with carrots by using a piece of wood. And so we're going to try that this time. I haven't done it in the past. I've had pretty good success with carrot germination, but it looked like it was a really interesting method, and I want to give it a shot because this is... You don't step in the garden. We're going to give it a try and see if it works.
Daddy's taking down the trellises.
That's right, we're going to, let's see, we're going to put some compost here and we'll take care of that later. We let it melt in the garden. And we're going to, well, I don't know what's going in here exactly.
I think it's the beans again.
So, you're right, cucumbers are going here, beans are going to get moved over to there.
Yep.
I didn't water the carrots. First of all, it rained last night. Second of all, it's gonna rain tonight. And this wood is so wet because it was in our compost pile. You saw that I stepped on it, made good soil contact with the boards and the seeds in the soil. And I have two sections that I didn't have quite long enough for boards. So I'm gonna use these as my test sections to see how these germinate here compared to under the boards. They say that you're supposed to keep an eye on these because as soon as those seedlings come up, we've got to pull them up. So I will be marking this in my journal to make sure to check this. I'm not sure the germination rate on carrots. I want to say it's 7 to 14 days, but it might be longer than that. Mark it on the calendar, and well, I'll keep you posted if this works or not.
Thank you. There you go.
Over to the compost pile. Okay. Toss it right in.
This one.
Here, put it right there.
No, I'll do it.
Okay. Yep, push it down and use your little muscles. Yep, just like that. Okay, we need 3 more. Oh, I miscounted. I thought I needed 6. I have 7. Whew, pregnancy brain. So for our parsnips, I have 2020 and 2021, and parsnips are notorious for not storing well, so I'm not sure how many of these will actually come up. But I have parsnips Harris model from Baker Creek, and then the half long here, and then I also have that's no, don't go on the wood, honey, that's the carrots. I also have salsify. I've never had success growing this, and this is from 2021, so it's again like a parsnip, I've been told, and it's a long season crop. It says days to maturity is 110 to 150. That's why we're getting this in now. I also made the rows here. Usually I run rows horizontally. Today I did them vertically, and my thought, first of all, I can't reach that far. This is a deeper bed back here because I've used this for cucumbers last year, so it's just a bigger bed, and I know I can't reach that. But second of all, I thought I could take my 3-prong tool and actually run it between these rows after these plants get established for ease of weeding. That's my thought. Not sure if it'll work, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and plant these, and we'll see what comes up. It might be a total bust, and well, learn from my mistakes. Don't use old parsnip seeds, but they say parsnips usually don't last past 2 years. So that's within this time frame. We'll give it a shot. Not the squirrel forgot.
Yeah.
Just kind of toss it, and he might come back for it.
Yeah. I like put it.
Gonna put it with the other nut?
Yeah, we buy one. So he can eat it. He takes it. Not it then. I take it.
Yep, there's his nut. If he remembers where he puts it.
He eats it.
Yep, that's right. And look, if you guys can see, horseradish is coming, which means we're going to be able to, well, that's creeping Charlie. This tall thing right here, Daniel, this is horseradish. And next week we'll dig it up. I can smell Daddy disturbed it. Smells. That's horseradish. This is creeping Charlie. We'll have to weed that out. But oh, I know. Our fence is, well, it's seen better days.
But the fence is both.
Yes, that happens. This is our last bed for today. Art just put in 2 rows of spinach. This was where our cucumbers were, and these are really, really wide beds. So again, we're running something different. I haven't done it this way, and I don't think we've ever run the rows like this. But we have 2 rows of spinach. I'm using this variety from Baker Creek, and this was from 2020, so we put it in a little thick. And for continuous planting, we obviously have a lot more room for lettuce, more spinach, and then beets. I don't know, are you going to put the mulch over here?
That's, yeah, the compost.
Or yeah, the compost, and then we can call that good.
Right.
That should thaw out pretty quick on a day like today.
So.
So I just did a quick sketch in the back of this in my garden journal of what we've planted so far so I can keep track of it. And hopefully this will work. You can see still have some open spaces over here. This is the bed that Art just put in the compost. This I'm planning on being cucumbers, but I'm going to have a little bit of room here, so I'm not sure what I want to put here. And then my plan is to put the pole beans, 2 big things of pole beans here, and then I'm still going to have 2 beds here. So still have open space for, you know, some planting. Spinach, of course, we're going to put beets in here, and then probably some lettuce too. I may do some flowers and pollinators in here, particularly when the spinach comes out, so we can attract, you know, the good bugs to the garden. So that's the first bed. I'm not going to do, you know, any of the other gardens right now, but just do this little by little. And the last thing I need to do is write in here what we planted and where. Carrots and parsnips. Let's see, where is it? Peas, tomatoes, beans. Oh, spinach right here. Okay, I think that's all we did. We didn't do any lettuce and kale. We'll do that another day. Well, I think everything's journaled for the night. Hopefully I will be able to know which variety produced better. I've never done anything like this, so it might be really hard to keep track. I'm not sure. I just finished writing what variety I put in what row. So this is far more detailed than I've ever done. I hope I can keep it up, but it'll be interesting to at least see how it all works out and if some varieties do better than others. And maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. But with that, I'm going to end today's video. Thanks so much for coming along on this beautiful day. Let me know in the comments what you guys are working on in your garden. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye. We went to the P.O. box and there was a package in it. Ooh, look at these. Canning lids. Perfect. How appropriate for gardening. 4x4 jars, regular amount, 100 lids, fridge safe, dishwasher safe for pressure canning. Perfect. One-time use only, wash in hot soap or water. Okay, our normal. Awesome. Thank you so much. I don't think there's a note in here, but whoever sent it, thank you very much. Stocked up on some lids to start the garden season off right.